I believe we are live.
Well,
I believe
Danny,
we are
people,
live.
yeah, if they can hear us, they can shoot something in the comments.
They definitely can hear us.
Beautiful. I feel like I'm at a middle school play.
I
Well,
believe
Danny,
we are
people,
live.
yeah, if they can hear us, they can shoot something in the comments.
They
Our
definitely
pictures do
can
pop
hear
up in the
us.
corner.
Beautiful.
They can't see us though.
If you talk,
I
they
feel like I'm at a
can.
middle school play.
I
Well,
believe
Danny,
we are
people,
live.
yeah, if they can hear us, they can shoot something.
Now I'm hearing anything you guys are saying, it's being repeated.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
Repeated.
Half a minute.
I really hope we don't hear a repeat of your voice again there, Mick.
Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
Ding,
Right
ding, ding, ding,
on.
ding.
Thank you to Hoag, my Andy Richter for the day. Or who's the guy from Jeopardy? Not Alex Trebek, but the guy that announced the whole time.
Oh, geez.
I won't put you on the spot. Anyway, welcome to Coach's Playbook. That was our fancy countdown. Today, we're kind of celebrating a count up and talk about that because we just surpassed $1 million withdrawn by funded traders in 2020, which is super exciting. Good for you guys. So we kind of want to talk a little bit about both how people have been, what they've been doing with their withdrawals, but also what we've seen traders doing that have been successful and taking these withdrawals. But before we start, we have some more recent shout outs going. Dan, I believe you have one, as does Mick.
I do. Yesterday, I want to give a shout out to Marlon Haynes. Cut the nice move low to high in the NASDAQ, pulling out a little over $6,000 in one trade. So that was really exciting to see, and made a few trades throughout the day to bring it up to about $6,400.
That is certainly nice. Can you beat that, Mick?
That's a nice day. I can't beat that, but I can share a very good day. Brandon Brothers took out 1,900 of the gold market today. So both significant days. It's not bad for a day's work.
Those are both significant. And I love that name, Brandon Brothers. That is like a Hollywood name. I always want to ask if that's his real name or his stage name because it's pretty good. So, Dan, this was kind of your idea to kind of give this little rundown today because you've talked to a lot of the people that have been making withdrawals. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe you could just talk a little bit about that experience.
Absolutely. Well, first off, I mean, $1 million, I don't care who you are, pulling that kind of money out of the markets this year is really exciting. Obviously, the volatility, lends to that, but it's a testament to these traders and what they're doing. So really, really excited for them there. I've been fortunate to talk to a lot of these traders and some of the withdrawals and what they're doing with that money, which I think is really exciting. I mean, we're all in this to make some money, have some fun with it, and do some fun stuff. So a couple of traders that I've talked to this year, what they're doing with those withdrawals. I know one gentleman took his family to Disneyland before everything started. And then most recently, one of the traders I talked to not too long ago has a growing family, 2 young kids with another one on the way. And he took out quite a bit of money this year and went out and bought himself a new minivan for the family. So that was really, really cool. Really, really exciting to hear. And those are just a couple of the things that I know traders have been doing with these withdrawals.
Trading's not all about Maseratis and stuff. That's all a bunch of malarkey. I tell you what, if I was taking out a withdrawal right now, it would be to get my windows resealed. I'm a little anxious to see what that's going to cost, but that's great to hear. I think people would be also interested in kind of how people are doing this or what we've seen are kind of common threads among the people that have built up their accounts enough to take out this money. And Mick, I thought you'd be a good person to start to talk about that.
Definitely. Well, I'm really excited to be doing this segment. $1 million, spread out, over a number of traders. It's a huge amount of money. I mean, that's a lot of money that, our traders have been taking out of the market and putting in their pockets. And that's what we're all here for, to put money in our pockets. So, that being said, with all the withdrawals we've had, what I've seen is, a lot of our traders are, of that $1 million, not everybody's withdrawing and closing their accounts. People are taking pieces here, pieces there, and maintaining large cushions in their accounts, which is what you want to do. You want to be paying yourself regularly, but maintaining, an account balance that's significant enough to weather, several losing weeks of trading. You got to have that cushion in there. I think what I'm seeing from most of these people taking withdrawals is smaller, regular occurring withdrawals, whether it be once every couple of weeks, once every month. And I really like that a lot, as opposed to people taking large chunks out. We do have people taking large chunks out. But, I think what I've seen from the traders that are requesting these withdrawals, because each one of those dollars that has been withdrawn, I have to approve. It's from traders that are catching a piece of the trend for the day. As day traders, I think that's where traders find the most success. People who are saying, hey, I have, I'm seeing this, or this is my bias, and very few people like Marlon Haynes are buying the low, selling the high yesterday in the NASDAQ. They're getting in there and they're finding a low risk entry and catching a piece of the direction, as opposed to people who are, scalping throughout the day. They're long, they're short, they're long, they're short. It's very difficult to time all those market gyrations up and down and come out at the end of the day ahead. So it's people that are trading smaller than they can. Most of our successful traders are trading much smaller than they can based off what their account balance is, in line with the scaling plan. So a couple of things I really like there: catching the piece of the trend for the day, trading smaller than they can. That ensures survival in your account and a longer time in your account. The longer you're in your account, the more opportunities you have to take out of the markets. And with grabbing bites out of the trend, with taking small withdrawals, we have a lot of people spending a good chunk of time in these accounts, and it's great. It's what I want to see. I get to build relationships with those people and speak to them on a daily basis, and they're happy traders, and that makes it makes me happy.
Yeah, and remember, if you're in a funded account, Mick is the guy you have to deal with. So just keep that in mind.
You can put that more softly. You don't need to deal with me. We can work together. That's
the way you just said it is like every dollar that comes out, I must approve. It's like, yeah, no, that's true though. That's good.
Well, I do. I mean, so I've got a good finger on the pulse of, all the money that our traders are taking out. And this has been one of the most exciting years for me working here at Top Step, because, we're seeing so much success. It's really rejuvenating, and it's got me very excited.
2 quick points before I throw it over to Hoag is just when you were talking about the account management. We actually, I believe 2 weeks ago, did an episode of Coach's Playbook where we talked the whole time about that. So if you want to know more about kind of everyone here's thoughts on that, you can check that out. And second, what you said about over trading or trying to scalp 50 times a day is, I think I say this a lot on the show, is if you make 50 trades in a day, by definition, you did not take your 50 best opportunities, right? If you 25, you didn't take your best 10. You can go smaller than that. I would say our results, and tell me if I'm wrong on this, Mick, but the number of round trip trades someone makes in a day is not particularly correlated to how successful they are in a funded account.
I think I agree with you there. I actually think the more round turns I see out of these accounts, the poorer the performance is, to be honest with you. I'm one who firmly believes you might only find 1 or 2 or a few opportunities for trades a day, depending on the contract size. The most active people usually are not doing well. So that's my bias. So I agree, and I kind of disagree with that. I do think there's a correlation between how active you are and how successful you are.
But in the wrong way.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Hoag, you do the performance coaching, so you get to know people quite a bit who are in the program. Do you have anything to add here?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of the folks that do come to me for performance coaching are coming from more of a shorter time frame or scalping mentality. And one of the things that I'm hopefully helping them be able to achieve is to slow down, take bigger bites out of the market, and trading less, because in trading less, you really have the opportunity, I think, to make even more. One of the points Mick was making, you don't have to have big size on to make big dollars. These are leveraged products. Marlon yesterday, case in point, he caught a big move, and he made some really, really serious money. $6,000 is a fantastic trading day for anybody. I want to kind of step back a little bit and talk about that $1 million. And I've been with Top Step for over 9 years now. I mean, I was at the very beginning, and none of us knew how this was going to play out and how well people were going to be able to do, and when we might even if ever get to that $1 million withdrawal. And I can't tell you how happy I know it makes me. I know it makes all of you guys very happy to have this kind of success and to be able to create these opportunities for everybody, because that's what it's always been about. It's always been about, from the very beginning, giving people the opportunity to learn in a safe place, and professionalize their trading, and to get paid. And to have this many people getting paid this much money is just thrilling, I know, for everybody in the company. And speaking for myself, I'm very happy about it. So yes, a lot of the people that I speak to and that come to me for personal performance coaching they've been trying to scalp the markets. Maybe they've been funded a couple of times. Maybe they've overtraded. Part of the idea, part of being funded, is just to be able to remain calm and to kind of dance with the one you brung, right? You want to bring your trading strategy that was successful in the trading combine to the funded account. And it's difficult, I think, to try and get your head wrapped around the fact that it's real risk now. And so a lot of folks I'm working with have been there. They're seeking something else, a better way to possibly do things, and that's hopefully what I'm helping them do. It's been 9 years of helping people helping traders. I think we're doing a good job of it.
Yeah. And Hoag, I know like everyone is excited, but I think that you really sort of exemplify, you really do have a close connection with the traders just by nature of talking to them all the time, as do you, Mick, but in two different but both equally important ways. But I can tell that you are very, very excited by this. So that's great.
Yeah.
And Dan, if you want to chime in, if there's ever any questions, I don't know how we are back on the live thing yet.
No, I don't think anyone got a notification that we clicked in. We've only got a few people watching. But just to kind of chime in on this, I think it's a true testament to, you heard what Mick talked about. You heard what John talked about. You simplifying your strategy, bringing those number of trades down. You're trading in a more controllable size. It really is the stuff that we've been driving home since I joined Top Step in 2017, I think it was. And it's the same stuff we've continued to talk about over and over again. And those are the traders that are getting paid out. And so you can hear it from us, or you can look at what they're doing, and it's really showing some pretty awesome stuff. And to be involved in this, and $1 million is an astronomical number. And that's just withdrawal. And that's not how much money has been made. There's still a ton of traders trading with positive, nice balances. I mean, Marlon, case in point there. There's a lot going on. And the coolest thing is we're seeing money going into these pockets and traders getting paid out to do what they love to do.
Well, yeah, it's hard to believe that it's already midway through August right now. So we got only, oh my goodness, just 3.5 months left in the year. Am I doing the math right there?
Just about.
That's wild. It's going to be the real test kind of going forward as we're kind of moving from these super volatile markets to something a little bit closer to normal. But we still have the election coming up, which is going to be a big catalyst, and a couple other events that are just going to make a whole lot more opportunities going forward. So especially now that we have more people funded, I hope that we can continue this trend and have more people find success.
Yeah, absolutely. I think volatility will continue this year. And so I think we're going to continue to see some really awesome payouts. I mean, you mentioned it, elections. There's a lot of drama going on around that right now. And we remember last election in 2016, or I guess it was the end of 15. There was a lot of scratching your head. Which way is this thing actually going to go? Who gets elected? We all had, everywhere you heard, there were opinions on what direction it goes. And like Mick said, our job is to catch a piece of that trend. We don't have to decide which way it's going to go overall, but catch those little chunks. And maybe you'll be the next person to be involved in the next million that we get drawn.
Yeah. And just for a brief preview, as long as you've hit one milestone, beware already, man. It's not going to be election night this year. It's going to be election week or election 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
So I'll just throw out there to everyone in advance to be super careful around then, because, start planning out what you're going to do, or like what sources you're going to be looking at for your information. There's a lot of different places that'll be counting votes, and it's good to know which are the ones that are going to move the markets. So that would be my tip going forward for our biggest catalyst of Q4, as we call it in the biz, the fourth quarter. So does anyone have anything else they'd like to add here, or can we maybe throw it over to Dan if he has a quote?
I got my quote. And I thought this was a pretty good one. It comes from a gentleman named Brian Tracy. Money is hard to earn and easy to lose. Guard yours with care.
That's definitely right, man. Losing money is easy. I have done that a few times.
Without a doubt. We got a couple traders coming in and just saying hello. I just want to give a shout out, KJ, Nick, and Real Talk. So a couple traders just saying hello and yo.
Yeah, that's some real talk right there.
And AYSE. Good to see you.
Ace?
Ace.
It's like
it's probably Ace. All right.
Ace.
All right. Well, hello, Ace and Real Talk and everybody else. So we'll be back next week with a new episode of Coach's Playbook. We'll figure out so the notifications come on and we'll get some more questions. But until then, Hoag, you know what to do.
Markets are opportunity creators. Get out there and profit. Trade well.
Trade well, everyone. We'll see you next week.